is Frances Bradshaw. I'm actually the senior advisor. And so I'm so excited to be here with all of you guys because I'm really looking forward to getting more youth, especially from our diverse communities, getting involved in politics and government. I know sometimes everything that's going on in the United States can seem a little bit more glamorous, more exciting. But I actually got started working in politics when I was 15, and I started actually volunteering. So one of the biggest things is I started volunteering. So you know how everybody has to get mandatory volunteer hours. I had a friend in my church, he says, I know this guy and he can get you as many volunteer hours as you need. And that guy was actually Patrick Brown, now mayor of Brampton. So I started working with him when I was 15, 33 now, and I've worked with him for several years on and off.
Somebody
says,
who's that?
Can everybody hear me?
Francine, just hold on. Somebody's mic is on. Please, guys, mute yourself. Okay, perfect. So, Francine, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was just, I don't know what everybody caught or didn't hear, so I'll repeat myself a little, but I actually started working in politics when I was 15 as a volunteer. I needed my mandatory volunteer hours, and I had a friend who told me, I know this guy who can get you as many hours as you need. And that guy actually was Patrick Brown, who's the mayor of Brampton now. So I started working with him when I was 15. I'm 33 now. But what I really appreciated having worked with Mayor Brown is that he always gave me a seat at the big kid table, I say. So he was always really interested in asking my opinion, getting me involved. He didn't question my abilities. He really believed in me. And took me seriously. And so I think because he got started when he was really young, I think that's really influenced how he looks at how youth can contribute within our city and within our society as a whole. So I want to make sure that all of you guys, and especially now, it is so much easier to be connected within society. It's so much easier to make sure that your voice is there. So I really encourage all of you to take it to the next step. The things that you have opinions on, the things that you have ideas on, don't let the adults go and make the decisions without your opinions. Because in the end, these decisions are actually affect you more than them. And one of the things that I've definitely learned sometimes is there's a bit of a gap between how adults see the world and how younger people see the world. And so I think it's really important that you guys get involved and engaged. So sometimes that means that getting together and engaging your elected leaders. So one of the things that you guys can do is, it's not just about being on Facebook and giving your opinion, because that it's good to have that discussion, but you want to make sure that the people who are making the decisions hear what you have to say. So if you have a problem about something that you don't like, or that you want to talk to them about, or you want to give them your opinion so they can be considering that, in politics, we're only as good as the information that we get. And one of the things that I can give you guys a little bit of a secret is, if we get one letter about something, we kind of, we'll send a generic response, and, they tend to politicians tend to just say the general. If they get 20 letters or 30 letters or 100 letters about something, then they start to take those issues more seriously, because there's a belief that this is actually important to not just one or two people, but to our broader community. So you guys, even right here in this group, you could work together to decide an issue that you think is important, that you want to see change in, and you could write a letter to your elected representatives. You could create a form letter, and you guys can send the same letter to all of your representatives, your ministers, whoever it is that you want to talk to, and say, I agree with what you're doing. Sometimes they want to hear that you agree, and sometimes they want to hear, we don't agree, and we don't think you're making a good decision. Because in the end, they are supposed to work for you, and a good elected representative really takes the time to learn and engage and hear what you have to say. So Dr. Irene, is there anything specific that you wanted me to go over, or any questions you wanted me to answer?
Yeah, youths, if you have any question for Francine, you can ask her now. You can put your hand, a raise of an arm, we unmute you and you ask your question. Chelsea have a question, so let's hear from Chelsea.
Hi, Chelsea.
Hi. I was wondering if I wanted to go into like political path, what type of schooling would I need to do to like help not only to help people, but also to help like not only to help people in my community and my like place of work, but to all that. What type of schooling and what would I have to do for that?
So what I think is really, really interesting is there's a couple different ways to do it. So for me, I had a general interest in politics, which was actually developed by working with Patrick. So I took sociology in school. Some of my colleagues have taken political science. Some of them have taken business and economics. But let's say there's an area that you're really passionate about. So you might be really passionate about the environment. So you can actually take environmental sciences and then you can use that training and education. You don't have to get in politics when you're older. You can start right now. So you're actually able to go to city council meetings. This is something that people don't really know is you can actually attend, although right now with COVID, it's a little bit more of a challenge, but you can attend city council meetings. You can make presentations to council. So if you think council needs, so I talked to somebody this morning and they said, Francis, I'm not really happy about people throwing their gloves all over the place, right? With COVID, we've seen a lot of people being really irresponsible. They're throwing their masks everywhere. They're throwing their gloves places. So she said, that's something that's important to me. So I let her know that that actually had been brought up by a lot of people in our community and that council, because of all the feedback we were getting, council was taking action on that. So I really encourage you, if you have an interest specifically in politics, which one of the things that I can tell you is politicians don't actually know everything. What they do, the great politicians, is they bring people around them who are really good in different areas. So you might decide that your passion is about business and you want to see youth business development and opportunities, or you might be really passionate about sports. There's a department in government for almost everything. So you can actually take what you're passionate about and get involved. So hopefully that kind of answers your question.
Okay. Any other question for Francine? Okay, Gloria Frank. Francine, as I said before to the letter to the mayor, we have some people here who are connecting from different parts of the world. Gloria Frank, they are connecting from Spain, Madrid.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Hi there, how are you? I can't hear you, you're still on mute.
Unmute yourself, Gloria.
Okay, there. So,
Hi.
Hi, Francine. Actually, it's not a question, but I really wanted to like add something to what you said because here in my city, we have a youth council, and I've lived here for about 11 years now, and I never knew about it, right? So, but when I heard about the youth council, I was like, okay, this sounds cool, right? So I got into it, and I've been there like for 2 or 3 years now, and I really like what you said about don't let adults take the decisions, like because we normally say that if they want to create a law for like youth or for teenagers, why are the adults like taking the decision? We should have a say since it's about us. So last year around April maybe, UNICEF like called our youth council here in my city, and they were like, we are seeing like the movement that's going on with the youth. They are being very outspoken about their opinions and things like that. So they actually invited me to go to like it's a very important place. It's in our capital, and yeah, I got to speak in front of the president and some other people, and it was very cool because they actually took us seriously and they really wanted to like know the opinions of youth and all that. So I just wanted to add that because it's really good that people take you seriously, and I mean it was a very good experience.
Awesome.
Taking advantage of the opportunities that are available and also creating opportunities for yourself. So I really encourage everybody, look within your city, find out what's going on for youth with government. And if there's something going on, ask to get involved. And if there's nothing going on, you better go and ask to make sure that something should be going on, because there should nothing, I always say, nothing for us without us. So I think that is a really, really great example.
Awesome. Josiah, I see you show of a hand. Josiah, unmute yourself and ask Francine your question. Yeah, Josiah, could you speak now? Okay, it seems as if we're having a mic issue.
I see Josiah's question in
Oh,
the
okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He had two questions. So he said, explain economic empowerment and national empowerment. And then he also asked about a department for sports. So that means you can go there and tell them you do not like in the sport. So first, for economic and national empowerment, it's really, really critical that there is a strong economy that reflects the needs of our community. So in terms of, in the end, the strength of the economy is going to determine what kind of jobs you guys get, or if you get jobs, or how much those jobs pay. So right here in the city of Brampton, we're making efforts to diversify our economic engagement. So I actually just got back in February, and I took our mayor for the first ever, I think he's the first mayor ever in Canada to do an economic development trip to Africa. So we went to Nigeria. And we took him for a couple of days. It's his second time to Nigeria. So he came just after in Nigeria became a state. So he was there about 11 or 12 years ago. And then he came back now on this economic development trip. And it was my second time going to Nigeria. I got to go in November. And I see some of you guys are from Nigeria as well. But really looking at how do we engage economically. You can now buy anything from anywhere in the world. And I really want to see us looking at different areas of building business. I think one of the things that I noticed when I went to Nigeria is there was a lot of people from China there. And so that was really surprising to me. It's something I wasn't really expecting. But it shows that there's other areas of the world that are really interested in doing business. And I always look at it as, I know Canada is really known for being very diplomatic and a very fair country. And so I'm excited about expanding our business relations to other countries, because I think Canada really, really, our biggest strength is our diversity. We have so many people from so many different parts of the world. So we're really able to take advantage of all that knowledge and all that understanding that comes from different areas and those different perspectives. And it's really helped build Canada into an amazing country to live in. So I hope you guys get to come visit. For those of you who aren't from out here, it'd be great to have you visit us and see Canada in Brampton. We'll invite you to the mayor's office.
Oh, awesome. We are planning to do that on 2022 to bring some of our youth that are connected with us to Canada for more empowerment. So Francine, you have another question for Metel. They say, please, I would like to know what it takes to study politics.
So I see we have Mayor Brown who just joined us. So
okay.
Maybe I will pass that over to him, because he is probably, when it comes to politics, I would say he's probably an expert.